Coach Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. After you guys kind of got off to a good start there, how much did the turnovers that, we kind of talked about pregame, allow them to creep back in and then eventually pull away there?
That was a big part. They went at this, I think at the 6-minute mark, they went on in the second quarter, they went on a 10-1 run. Just our ability to take care of the basketball. They turned the heat up, give them credit. They're coming off of the loss to San Antonio. So they were going to come out and make a point. And we talked about having ball security, making sure we took care of the basketball. And tonight, we did not execute that. But again, we'll have to continue to look at it and figure out where we can continue to get better.
Obviously, they shoot 50% from three. Some of that's just tremendous shooting by them and difficult shots. But how much was it also the perimeter defense at times?
Well, I'll have to go back and look at the film to see exactly where we could have got some better switches, understanding where we are with our communication level. But again, I'll look at the film and come back and see exactly where we were. Where they got some of those open comfortable looks.
Obviously still a number of games left on this road trip. How much is the message of just get back to work, learn from this one and continue to grow?
That's the message. We'll learn from this. We'll take a look at it on film. We'll study it, understand where we can continue to get better, where we can continue to grow, and then have to transfer that over to the next game. But guys, this one's going to sting, and they got to understand that. And we'll move on to the next game after studying this one, and we'll find a way to get better with this.
Go ahead, Joe.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Jamal, you had Wendell start off on Andrew Wiggins, and then you had, I believe it was Franz on Draymond. I guess what was the thinking behind that defensive matchup?
Well, the ability for Franz to pressure the basketball more with Draymond because of how many handoffs he's in and how many pick and rolls he's in with Curry, and the ability for Dell to be in a 1-through-4 switching package with Wiggins that actually helped out and started off the right way. And then as that run went on, it turned out to be more turnovers and the ball security than it was the actual matchup problem.
And with the turnovers, I guess what's almost like what's the solution? Like what can you, I guess, tangibly do to change that, to turn that around?
Well, it's positioning on the floor. It's making the simple play versus the one extra dribble in the paint. I think we turned it over about 3 or 4 times on backdoor cuts. So again, our guys are trying to make the right play. It's not out of selfish gain. It's out of trying to make the right play. So, I mean, there was a couple turnovers coming from dribbling through the paint, trying to make the pass to the corner. And they did a good job of choking off that corner. So we just got to continue to tell our guys with the spacing and find a little pocket area to get to. So it continued to be pieces of spacing as well as execution.
Thank you.
Philip Rossman-Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, that's that second quarter when things began to unravel. I think we saw some of the guys get frustrated. I think even some of the turnovers you could probably say were just guys trying to do too much to get back in the game. When you get into those moments when those runs are happening, how much is the message just simplify things and stay with the game plan rather than try and get it all back in one swoop?
Well, that's exactly right. Going to the simple play, the easy pass, the simple read in those possessions. They do a great job. Like I said, give them credit for trying to speed us up. They had great activity on hands. Draymond did a great job mixing up the defense, being at the rim. So now the reads were a little bit tougher and they bring a crowd. So again, just having to go back and look at the film and see where those simple passes could have been made, different reads that we can see, different positions and spots on the floor to help us understand how we can continue to get better.
Not that youth is an excuse, but is that just a characteristic of young team just not being in that situation, not necessarily trusting that they can get back in the game by sticking with what they have?
Well, we've proven that we can continue to fight and get back in games. So, but what I think is that they turned it up a little bit and their pressure, got to us. But again, it's one of those things that we'll have to go back and look at film and see exactly where those simple plays could have been made. But again, I give them a ton of credit for, their pressure, their activity and their intensity and them coming off of a loss to San Antonio and they're wanting to come in and get after it. And they did.
Thank you.
Okay, Christo Salta, Sports DNA.
Hello, Coach. Hope you're doing well. What aspect of your game would you like to maintain after that game?
I couldn't understand the question. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. What aspect of your game from tonight's game you would like to maintain for the next games?
Well, the one thing that we're going to have to do next game is take care of the basketball. I think that's the one thing that's going to be the most important thing with ball security. Again, we did some good things starting off the game, and our guys try to continue to fight. But again, us being able to have more possessions is going to be critical for us.
Josh Cohn, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Coach, do you get a sense that Gary Harris is starting to get a little bit more confident, more aggressive? Obviously, early in the year, he was dealing with those injury issues, but seems to be playing at a much more aggressive pace.
No, Gary has been great. He's coming out more aggressive defensively, guarding, some of the tougher guys. We try to match his minutes up with Curry tonight as well, but he was very, very willing to take on the challenge, which he's always done. And I'm loving his aggression and his ability to just to continue to try to hold things together and, keep pushing these young guys.
All right. Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you.
RJ, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. After you guys kind of got off to a good start there, just how much did the turnovers allow them to get back in the game and kind of pull away there?
That's the name of the game. I think turnovers killed us tonight. Myself in particularly, and just having to take care of the ball. The Warriors are a great team, and they're great at capitalizing off those transition points and those turnovers. So me especially have to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And then as a group, the same thing.
Obviously, they can hit their fair share of contested threes, but how do you feel you guys did handling them on the perimeter tonight?
I think we did a good job. I think, some guys got hot. The Warriors are a team that shoots a lot of threes. So you can't get caught up if 2 or 3 go in. They're taking a lot of shots, a lot of contested threes as that. But, I think we did a decent job at that. But just trying to, take them off the line and, be able to get multiple stops.
RJ, obviously, there's still a long road trip ahead. I think about 6 days, 3 games mixed in there. Just how much you have to learn from this one and then move on to the next set of games.
Right. Like you said, a lot of more games left on this road trip. So you learn from this and, you watch the film tonight or tomorrow, whatever you do, and you get on to Sacramento.
Go ahead, Joel.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, RJ, did at a point, especially in the second quarter, did it feel like, you guys were allowing mistakes to create other mistakes? Like, all right, we're frustrated about this turnover. Now this is leading to more mistakes after that.
Right. I think, we have to have a clear mind when we're playing basketball, a clear mind when, shots go in, we make a mistake. It's the next play mentality. And that's what we have to do. And that's what we're going to continue to grow on and build on. But like you said, we can't hang our heads over, 2 made shots, 2 turnovers. We have to get it back.
And who among the team, whether it's a coach or whether it's Coach Mosley or a player, who among the teams trying to help settle you guys down in those moments when things were kind of unraveling in the second quarter specifically?
All of us, we kind of knew it was unraveling and we knew we needed to get it back. But it's not just one person that, can control all of us, coming together as a team and calming down. Us as a unit, have to allow each other to play through mistakes and, pick each other up when, your brother's head is down. And so I think it's a team effort, not just one person.
Appreciate it.
Josh Cohn, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, RJ, based on what you see, do you feel like Gary Harris is starting to gain more confidence, more assertiveness out there? Obviously, early in the year, he was dealing with a lot of injury issues, but he seems to be playing with more aggression out there. Is that what you're seeing from him?
I think I'm seeing the Gary Harris that, everyone, is known his name for. That guy's a warrior, he's a fighter. Despite injuries, despite, ups and downs, he's going to keep going. And, you just see what he's really made of. He's a guy that can come into any franchise, any organization, and contribute at a high level. So, I'm happy for him. He's getting in a groove right now, but it's going to continue. That's the Gary Harris I know.
Okay. Any other questions for RJ? All right. Thank you, RJ.
Yep. Thank you.
Hey, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. After you guys got off to a good start, how much did turnovers allow them to get back in the game and eventually pull away?
We talked about it before the game. You can't turn the ball over against this team. They play at such a high level, and we can't keep giving them extra possessions. And I think they had 38 points off turnovers, and that's the game right there.
Go ahead, Joel.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey Gary, kind of building off the turnovers question, how do you, or what do you guys say to one another to not allow, one turnover lead to another two, or you know what I'm saying, like more mistakes lead to more mistakes after that?
Just knowing, time and situation, what's going on. Just nobody's out there trying to make turnovers. We're all trying to play the right way, but just going back, watching the film and figuring out ways where we can make the game easier for ourselves by not turning the ball over.
Is it almost like, so it's not, maybe not so much of a tactical thing, just more so, hey, let's settle down, like we're getting too amped up or we're getting too not focused?
I mean, you got to notice we got to play our game. We can't get caught up in playing the game that they want us to play, and I think that's what comes with it. So just slowing down and playing our game and having teams adjust to us instead of always having to adjust to other teams.
And this, I believe, was your 5th straight game scoring double-digit figures. I guess for you personally, like, how are you feeling physically? I know there's some games you missed early in the season. Do you feel like you're in the rhythm now?
Oh, I'm just taking it one day at a time, just trying to continue to get better, gel, mesh with the squad. And, we're all trying to figure it out. So, I'm able to hit some shots, I'm feeling good, but, I'm worried about trying to help, get these wins and help get these turnovers down. So, I feel good, but, there's still a lot of work to do.
Okay, final question goes to Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Kind of building off that last point. Coach had mentioned you guys have come back from deficits before. You guys know how to kind of build yourselves back up when you get into the hole. How difficult is it to kind of keep that focus, especially with, not that youth is an excuse, but with a young team that maybe hasn't gone through these kind of battles through the ups and downs of the season as much?
I mean, it's part of it. I mean, we have a really young team, so it's all part about learning how to win. And it's hard to win in this league, and just continue to keep fighting, keep pushing. This is when we got to come together even more and fight through this as a team and just stick together. And that's what we're going to do.
Great. Thank you, Gary.